all these so-called leaders and their servants, public servants out here, ain't nothing different from what they were doing to Tesla. Taking Tesla, putting him for second, just giving it to Edison, of course, for first. But then they over here, where Tesla lives and goes, they in the apartment right next to him. But he's second. That's what happens when you fix things and you have to be there on top of it to make sure that it's always fixed the way you want it to. That's why all these public servants are out here, and that's all they have. They have is that when I'm out here and I take a poop in the stool, they over here checking my poop, but then taking me for second, like Tesla. They're over here doing this with all their servants. When they fix it, this is all they do. Since they can't produce what naturally is produced, and they used to having like these high intelligence and these like armies that come with it, they put themselves in a place where they're supposed to be a notch higher in like education and like a notch higher in technology than the public would be, because it keeps them on top of what everything is. And this is what they're supposed to be securing, because they're supposed to be on top and have a top notch. But when they don't have a top notch there, and the education and the technology has lapsed, then they over here in society looking for the energy source, harassing the energy source, because the energy source that actually shows advanced technology and advanced person, it's not them. It's not the army, it's not the leaders, it's not the servants. So instead of looking where you need to look to get higher and elevated in life, you know, it's a all self meditated knowing and on the wellness and well-being of humanitarian and a human and a being of who we are and what we are. So all they're gonna do is manipulate. They can't be the person, so all they're gonna do is manipulate it. They're gonna have stories. They'll create stories. They'll take media. They'll be in anything and everything that's popular, non-popular. They're just gonna try to suffocate there's no situation, but they'll create one just to feel like they over the energy source that everybody is acquaintance to, and everybody is power maxed to. Anything that you could create, it'll be high in technology. Anything that you do and you produce and you go with people, they will be personally a higher being, a higher educational being, a higher source that when you come around you is an abundance, and you can endure and grow from it. So instead of you pulling that out of yourself, because God is good like that, you hear they're here trying to put their tests and their manipulation on society and make it seem like it's something like crochet, like something like the person it is against humanitarian rights. So they test on the person, they practice these things like operational admissions that they would do on the subject, and all they have is that they can manipulate the media. They can put whatever, lie or no lie, they will put it. on media. They will just to get that person, but they not getting that person, because that person you can't just think you could take the power, take the energy of life from people. You have to endure that, like I just finished saying. But when you feel like you're above a person, you're above your own being and the way it functions, then you have all these things that are gonna they biological united stress mechanism systems that are created within people of all ages that will fall into practices. So all they have is media, and then they have people that they could put around the person live, like in public, to coordinate and to process certain bum moves around the subject. And then what they do is they have to create issues and stuff like that just to stay around, to say, well, this person, you know, is not being civil, when the person is highly intelligent enough to be defending himself from it. And what they do is that they don't, because they're already supposed to be connected to the high end of the but they connected from high to low, the higher end of the defense system in whatever state and country you are. So everybody feels, because these people are already on it, then all the practices that are being done, everybody or either assume, or they know that they, you know, if they be put out the way they really are, they're harassing, stalking, manipulating technology, manipulating people's businesses and systems. They're coming in and saying, all right, we're going to operate like this. And then within those operations, the person is being harassed, put down mentally, physically, economically, or socially. And they go about their day, and everybody working together is supposed to follow the person that caused the leader, that caused the shots on what happens around me publicly and in businesses that I go to. So all they have, when the people that are really putting the works and the security around our technology are the same people that are creating it, not the people that are supposed to be put in and labeled and leaders to manipulate a human of being. These people are, all they are is image. They take media, news, music, entertainment, anything, media, anything. They infiltrate through public holdings of businesses where I will be, and then they set people up around every day. And then they also try to collect these false information to teach people science, technology, science, education on what they are doing and how the benefits and how the security is high, how everything is good, when in fact it's all the opposite. They're operating illegally, they're doing illegal things to people, and they do this is what they do to me. And since they know that it's holy, it's like they've been played. They go to the highest of all priests and all these religions, and then they go, try this because I've seen this in the books. So they play this Moses King stuff. Oh, let's see if I do this to him, something that the evil king will do to the people to put them down. Let's see if he kills, like, turn the staff into a snake. But they see how in the people follow and people give these amazing performances, these amazing acts that help one another, and when it doesn't hold up on whatever the armies and these CIA, FBI, and all these other organizations made in different countries, whatever their names are for authorities, is it runs well and without interfering or doing anything negative or illegal, and the person is advancing more than what an army personnel is advancing more than what a medical person would. And it's not only that, the advancement is overthrowing how the program and the system set up for all of these subjects and businesses in subjects of careers that you take with education, fields of all work fields. So because it's doing that, and the investment is not coming from the people that are creating the new things, the prior practices and procedures to process and live by the system, that's not only outdated, it's just off with how our bio works. It's off of how our mentally, physically, and even how economically we will grow from this. Because a lot of the a lot of these businesses will pay you to stay out of being knowledgeable, to stay out of growing and being advanced. But guess what? Then this is why pandemics, nobody is able to say, I want to heal myself. And this is why more pandemics come. This is why more crisis comes. This is why people have shutdowns and there's no other alternative. So you could take your pay all day. There's needs that we could take down. Like I said, there's people that are high intelligence, no matter what the game is. You can't put us in a sport so we could play clown all day and then we get a pay and it's all good. You could take that with your military and your leaders and all that. One member, one God.